Hi everyone, happy weekend day, whichever day it may be that this goes live. If you missed it, Friday was my big coloring book and supply haul for June and July. More than likely be the last big haul I do for the foreseeable future due to life circumstances. Talked about it a lot in last week's coloring chat last Sunday, so if y'all really want to know more info, go take a look. But I did splurge a little bit, and I do have one pre-order thing I did with a couple really expensive watercolor sets, but those won't be due till 4 or 6 weeks out, so I will do a special video when those show up. But really, truly, other than maybe the occasional book, this is pretty much it. So in that video, I did have um, a number of books that I haven't done a full flip through yet, so I did want to go ahead and get these out of the way before the end of the month so that I'm completely up to date with all my flips. Now, Tammy over at Tammy Colors 2 inspired me, and my bookshelf inspired me because my bookshelves are a massive mess. I am going to redo how I sort my coloring books, and I'm going to start working on that probably in the next few weeks to distract myself from other things. And once I get the new order in place, I am going to be doing a coloring book collection series myself, which will be quite a bit. I haven't done one before, so this should be fun. And yeah, if that's something you guys want to see, definitely let me know in the comments, and I will do what I can to make it a reality, and maybe kind of look for that in August. So we shall see. But let's go ahead and get started on the flips for today. I have some really neat finds that I haven't seen. Actually, other than the Rita Berman book, I haven't seen a ton of flips of any of these others. So this hopefully will be a nice series of books that maybe you're not as aware of as you usually are, but for a lot of new releases. So we're going to go ahead and get the one we're probably all familiar with first. So I have all the other seasonal books by Rita Berman, and I also have her Europe book. I do not have the land or sea one, though if I don't have them on my wish list, I need to put them on there. I would like to own those eventually. And then I know she's working on one. It's a Asian book that I'm definitely going to probably want to pre-order. But I was missing the summer book, so now I have the summer one. Not going to try to pronounce this, but it is definitely, I think, like My Summer Walk is what it ends up being. Now, these are shorter and smaller than your typical size coloring books if you're not familiar with them, so just keep that in mind so you're not shocked when you see it. However, obviously they're a little less intimidating at this size, in my opinion. I say that, and I've colored one page in one book. That's going to change, though. I actually have a color along. Rachel Henderson does some really awesome color alongs, and I've been wanting to do one of hers for a while, and she's got one in the Europe book that I'm going to try to follow next week with like the hot air balloons. I really like that. I may add a thing or two to it, but I'm going to try to follow those. I definitely recommend her channel if you want to color in some of your books, but like you just don't feel like picking out your own colors and doing all that. I would highly suggest trying a color along on somebody's YouTube channel, because it gets you in the book, it gets you coloring in the book. You are coloring like you're watching somebody else do it too, so it helps build some confidence. And usually for me, once you break that initial first page, it really makes it a lot easier to come back and be more inclined to color in them. So if you've never tried that, I would recommend it. So I've done that once with Kirsty color and sketch. That's actually the only picture I've done in my Circle of Life book, and it turned out fantastic. I followed a color along of hers with ink tints, and it made me realize that, you know, I can color in this book. It's not a scary book, and so I just haven't had a chance to get back to it. All right, so there's my suggestion for that if you haven't considered that before. So on to the flip throughs. Yep, I have these three. I do not have these two. I don't have that one either. That might be like the seasonal one. That's like a combination of all the seasons. Obviously, I don't need that one. And then I've got the Europe one, so. The one picture I have colored now, I can't tell you what this is all saying, but of course there's copyright pages, an introduction page. You could probably use Google Translate or something for this. Now, surprisingly, I love this picture. That should surprise no one. The one picture I colored in the Rita Berman book used polychromos, which I hardly ever use. And it actually, like, it was a page of pansies. I think it's in the spring book. And they turned out really nice in this book. So I would like to try the Castle Art Golds in here as well. Since, you know, polychromos are oil-based pencils, I would be curious to try my new Castle Art Golds in here to see how they do. That's a cute picture too. I love how she draws cats. If you include cats in your pictures, then I'm a fan. That's just really, I mean, I'm simple. I'm easy to believe. I'm simple. Oh boy, Michelle. Well, you know, depending on who you ask. No, I'm easy to please. If you put cute cats in all your drawings, I will buy every one of your books. Like, I don't need anything too complicated. Cute birds are definitely on my list as well. So I'm hoping I can color picture in here next month, because in the alphabet color, M will be one of the letters. And so I'm hoping I can color in here. And like I said, I might try, you know, some watercolor. Oh, I'd love to tackle this picture. Might try, I also have some other I've seen people use watercolors in here too. But see, I love this picture with a little garden. This might be easier to tackle, to be quite honest, with the little smug kitty and the butterfly. My plan is to do a picture in here next month for sure. And like I said, to try a combination of like try the Castle Art Golds in here, and then maybe just try like a watercolor wash. I don't know. Or just do it for like the background, like the sky or something. I kind of want to try the pencils, you know, shaded over watercolor, but I kind of want to try some of them on their own as well, just to see how well they fill in the white space. Look at that owl! Isn't he awesome? I love this picture. Oh my gosh, those are some fancy ducks. My word. Why, thank you, Reap Sheep, for knocking that bottle of wood glue off. Appreciate that. I think that Rachel Henderson did one in here. No. That was someone else, and I can't remember. Okay, I'm just going to stop talking. The memory, it is not so good these days. I do like the concept of a page like this, just coloring like a couple pieces a day, and then, you know, spend a couple weeks on it, and then when you're done, hey, it's all done. So, oh my gosh, she's got so many cats in this book. I regret not having this book sooner. I'm not I'm not as big a fan of the Zentangles and Doodle type things going on here in her books, but they don't happen on all the pages, and on a lot of the pages they create, she uses them, like, they're not overwhelmingly so. Like, I feel like I could still color over them and not feel overwhelmed with just having to fill in all the little details and such. She includes them, but it's a nice mix of having them and then just regular line art. So this would be a cute one to do. I like this one with the little pencils and stuff. So I'm flipping through this on Friday. I actually have to take Scamper to the vet. It was going to be Bagheera to get his thyroid and his blood sugar checked after he had to be rescheduled last month. He got another reprieve today. She's eating, but she's not eating well. And she aggravates me all the time for food, but she won't eat anything I put in front of her. She's hardly eating any wet food. I will try all different types. She's grudgingly eating dry food, and she's eating different dry food than all the rest of them because I just want her to eat something. And, oh, look at that fox. Look at the pigs. I love how she draws animals. A little squirrel. Oh my gosh, a book, Squirrels and Foxes. Squirrels and Foxes and Dogs. That's basically that Balls of Fur book. the Hairballs book. That book, I think that's why I love it so much. It pretty much has all my fluffy favorite little animals in it. And cats, of course. So here are some of the fronts of the other seasonal books, if you're not familiar with them. And yes, that was very slow flip through. I need to speed it up. But anyway, I gotta take her in a little bit. I'm trying to bulk film over the next few days. Alright, so these two books I saw on Norma Jean Color With Me, who saw them on Chronic Coloring Down Under's channel. So hey, I actually remembered. I think if you guys saw my video Friday, I was saying I actually took a screenshot when I saw these on Instagram, and so I would get it right. I hadn't seen these books anywhere else, and then I saw them on their channels, and within watching the first few pages, I had already ordered both. I couldn't resist. The imagery in these is absolutely amazing. The line art, however, is not a thick line art, which is what I typically prefer for Amazon paper. So I may be copying this onto better paper in order to use the types of pencils and materials I want to use and not, have a lot of bleed. So these are by Uusikuuu. Hopefully I'm saying this correct. This was the first book she published. Now these are also shorter books like the Rita Berman book, so keep that in mind. But again, I like the smaller books because they feel a little less intimidating. They have a matte cover on them, which always feels nice. Title page. Now, I keep forgetting to say this at the beginning of every flip through, but I have jumps, timestamps always in the description for every one of my flip through videos, so that if there are only certain ones you want to see, you can just hop to those directly. You don't have to sit through, I just ain't nobody got time for that, right? So even if it takes me extra time, I like to try to offer jumps and chapters whenever I can, just, like I said, so people can see what they want to see. Sure, I get more. I have more than 1,000 subscribers, so I do get, a certain percentage of revenue from ads and things like that. But, and of course, the longer you're on my my channel, the better. But at the end of the day, this is not my day. It might become my day job. Could y'all actually handle me on a daily basis, setting up memberships and the like, and just turning this into a full-time gig? I don't know. I feel very insecure about my coloring. I do not feel like I am a full-time gig kind of colorist. Aren't these pictures adorable, though? Oh, that shirt. So I was saying Friday, and I still stand by this. I want to color, maybe not all of them, but a lot of these pictures I'm getting Princess Bubblegum and Marceline vibes from Adventure Time. And I think that duo would be perfect for a lot of these pictures. Aren't these so sweet, though? I love them. Absolutely love them. Witches, or and of course cats come with witches, which is probably like, which is, oh, I make myself laugh. Probably more than I make anybody else laugh. It's probably the reason I like witches so much, is they usually come with cats. Like this one's a totally bubblegum Marceline vibe here. I love it. I love that they're just everyday witches doing their thing. Like here they are, you know, at a vending machine in flip-flops and blue jeans and sweaters. I love it. You get your classic like witches brooms and hats and, you know, spells and potions and owls and cats, but then you also get just modern day witches, I guess, which I think is pretty cool. Gotta do something about their eyes, though. This whole soulless demon eye thing without no sort of detail in it. The first picture I do, I'm going to have to watch some tutorials on how to actually create the eyes, or at least base it off another artist that draws in the eyes. Oh, it's so cute. So I love these drawings are amazing. I love the line art, but like I said, I know if I try to use marker in here, it's going to bleed outside these lines. I'm going to have to be real tedious with it. And then I'm going to be mad if I ruin a picture. And I haven't really found a way to just, like I said Friday, I'm repeating myself, I haven't really found a way to use pencils exclusively in Amazon books yet, just because they generally tend to leave white space. That's why I prefer to do a base of marker or watercolor, and then go over with pencil. So these might be getting copied onto some more color pencil friendly paper. And even watercolor friendly paper, because Amazon paper is kind of hit or miss with watercolors. He's taking a little nap with them. But like here, if I try to use black or like a purple or something in the background for the night sky, it would have to be an acrylic paint, and just those are such fine little details. It would behoove me to have a paper where it's not bleeding as much. Though that one has a little thicker line art on that page. Kind of wish they all had that. But in some of these really big scene pages, I can understand why you couldn't do that. I love it. The little cat ghost or steam or whatever that is. I love this picture. I'm so glad I found these before I had to nix my purchases in the bud. I'm so glad I found these. It's funny. I don't, and so she does have an Instagram, by the way, which is her name. And I think I followed her yesterday. But it's funny. I say I don't like coloring people. Oops, sorry. I hit my mic. I don't like coloring people. However, I will collect all the witches books, all the fairy books. I don't know, it's something about the witches and the fairies that I absolutely love, and I just can't stop collecting them. I just can't. It's just, It's so hard. Alright, so here is her newer one, Year of Witches. It's a very similar book. As far as I know, there's no overlap in pictures, so... I love this one where she's got the little coffee and she's got the boba tea there. And they're in their fall gear there. Having some burbs for tea. I even like the little collection pages. But like I said, like some of these, the line work is so fine. Even with a colored pencil, it's going to take some slow detail work. Oh, they're in a race. Looks like they're in a flying broomstick race. If I use my fine watercolor brushes, I would be okay using them on this page, but again, it's going to dry out quickly. I think regardless, I'm going to make sure I scan these in just so I have them just in case whatever I do, I don't muck it up and ruin it, because I love all these pictures. These gals just out here living their best lives. I like how they have like the modern day just sweaters and jeans and boots, but then they also have like the frilly like, you know, old-timey type dresses too. A happy little frog. Oh my gosh, it's a cat bus. I would be all for, I mean, I'm for uh, transportation services anyway, things like high-speed rail and stuff, but man, you make them all cat-shaped and just sign me up. Again, I am easy to please. Oh, okay, that's my husband out on his lunch break. A moment where you're just sitting here and you see somebody walk by the window, you really hope it's your spouse or your kids or something and not just some stranger who's waltzing around your yard. We had the mowers come through earlier. Look at the little Venus flytrap. It's like me at Walmart in the garden center. Just like, oh, well, I need more plants. So definitely going to start following her. Hopefully we'll be seeing more of these come across in the future. Alright. Tammy also told me about this one. I said it was new release and I'm wrong. This has actually been out I think since December, but I don't pay as much attention to the Zendoodle releases because a lot of them I just don't end up liking, but this one in particular is really cute. It is Little Big Cats by Jeanette Wummel. These are shaped a little differently than a regular coloring book. They're not quite as tall, but they are, you know, about the same width. So perforated single-sided pages. Really nice thick line art. I have quite a few of the Deborah Muller Zendoodles. I don't think I have, oops, sorry, I hit the mic again. I don't think I have anybody else's. This may be the first one. I gave some away. But I love these because of the real thick line art, and these cats are so cute. The Zendoodle coloring paper's a little weird too. I find that the more budget-friendly markers and the markers that put out more ink tend to do better on these pages. I end up having more problems with streakiness if I use like a Copic or a Prisma or a more, I guess, artist level marker. But the ones that put out a lot of ink seem to do a whole lot better. So, look at him. He's gonna get that little ladybug. I can just see the butt wiggle in my head. I just love their little faces in this one. And a lot of these don't have a ton of Zendoodle or Zentangle type parts to them. It may, like in this case, be just the cats and then the background's pretty straightforward. And I like that. It's not overwhelmingly so. And these books are pretty cool because they come with quite a few images. I think it's like 60 images or something like that. So. I love his little stub tail there. Well, that one reminded me of Annie. All little spots. Little mama and her baby. Hang on just a second. Let me pause this. Alright. So I've got to flip through this book, and then I have to go inspect a package that we got from Sam's Club that apparently is busted and has pretty much covered our front porch. It had a chicken stock in it. The cats like having chicken stock as an option other than just water. And because it's important to keep fluids in cats, I'm okay with it. I really needed it because I was completely out. And apparently most of it is now on the side stoop at my house because they busted. So now I gotta deal with Sam's Club as well on that. I mean, we've been getting that in pretty regularly through delivery for months and months, and this is the first time that's happened. Oh. Love the little flower crowns there. He's gonna be friends with the squirrel, right? He's not gonna actually attack it. No. It's getting a little awkward to flip now. Aw, with that little bottle. It's so cute. And one more. And I said 60. Yeah, it's 60. Alright, well, for y'all, I'll be right back. So, alright, next up we have Midnight Skies by Coco. Saw this on Tammy Colors 2. There's so many Coco books that I like and I don't realize when they get released. And like other purchases, I guess I need to slow down until I color in the ones I have of theirs. But this one with the black backgrounds and the fantasy feel to them, I just couldn't resist. Love the llama here and the little robot on the planet there. Little cat in the spaceship. I feel like the black on these pages is done very well. I've, noticed lately a lot of mine that have black backing or black background, whatever, will look more like dark gray and they'll have like a line and stuff. But like this looks like good, solid black background, as it should. Oh, little kitty. I love his little helmet with the bow tie there. I mean, there's so many ways you could do the galaxy part on here. I think it'd be pretty with like some of the solar pop neon type gel pens and paint. It'd be pretty with the iridescent type paints. The shimmer paints I have, the iridescent gel pens. I think they're just beautiful. In a flying donut spaceship. Sounds pretty good to me. All the various little alien creatures. Not really sure what they are technically. Just aliens. Space basketball. Of course, this involves a lot of space elements and fantasy elements. So this is absolutely perfect for me. That is a boat I would like to be on, please, and thank you. Rabbits and bears and foxes, oh my. quite a few images in this one too, feels like. And then some of their other books. There we go. Yeah, that feels like quite a few images. Does it say we're on here? Or I'm gonna have to go to... I have to count them myself, looks like. Ow, ow, ow. Itchy. Allergies been real bad because of the weather the last few days. Okay. So, showed these briefly. Well, you actually got to see the whole of some of these on Friday. So, I did take advantage of a discount I got off of Coloring Book Cafe's digital store and picked up a few books on their site. And I think what I'm going to start doing, I have so many digital books now, is on regular copy paper, I'm just going to print out like these little image excerpts like this, like just little thumbnails, and that way, I mean, they'll be a lot easier to do flip throughs like this, and then this saves me paper and ink so that, you know, I can just pick which picture I want to print on a full piece of cardstock and color it that way. So, oh, sorry, this is Hummingbirds. This is, so I believe there is a Coloring Book Cafe one, and this is the Morgana Skye one. So I'm going to put that in the description, so hopefully you don't get confused. It does get a little confusing because other artists, you know, Hummingbirds isn't one of those things that people can copyright, so there's like 20,000 books named Hummingbirds, and it's hard to tell which ones are, you know, the one you're looking for, and is it by a legit artist or is it a different artist? And it's just, I don't know, sometimes they get really confusing, and I wish there was an easier way to tell the difference. So I've been wanting the Hummingbirds one for a while. There's also Beauties in Fairyland by Morgana Skye. It's like I was saying earlier, more fairies for me to collect. I like how that one's wanting to pet the mouse, and I like when they interact with the animals. These are really beautiful pictures. And more like, I love all kinds of fairy depicted art, but like these seem like adult ladies, but not PG-13 ladies, if that makes any, adult ladies, if that makes any sense. Like, they're well covered, they're not sexy fairies, but they are more adult and less, you know, anime style fairies, I guess, more realistic looking women, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. And I like both types, so I'm not knocking any particular art there. So I can't find, what's weird is I was able to purchase the digital version of this one, but I can't find it on their site. I don't know if they just don't have it listed on their site yet or what. But this is the North American Wildlife digital version. Now, I'm going to link to the regular book, but as far as the digital version, I don't know, maybe email them and see if they're going to put it on their site, because I was able to download it, so I don't know why I can't find it now. This is 100 pages. This is a combination of some of their different books. So I would definitely look and see what those books are in case you already own them, if you have Coloring Book Cafe books. And this is by it, the artist does say Coloring Book Cafe on these. They do list what all the animals are, which I do appreciate. So you have that list right there. And then these are really awesome, just the animal in its natural setting. And it's a challenge for me to just color realistically. I would definitely like to learn how to do fur texture And I feel like these pictures would lend themselves very well to practicing that kind of thing. Plus, they're just beautiful pictures. And a lot of big cats in here, which I always appreciate. Now there are a number of birds in here, so I do wonder if there's some duplication between this and the 100 Beautiful Birds. Just maybe a couple images, but there's a hummingbird. There may be some duplication, but I doubt it's very much. So I'm not too worried about it. Then you get a whole section of marine life as well, which is very cool. This makes flip throughs a whole lot easier. You got some desert ones, which I think are really cool. I do like coloring snakes and lizards, and I just think they look really cool. Maybe not, I wouldn't necessarily want to, pet them in real life or have them as pets myself, but I do like pictures of them. Oh, there's the spider pics. If I were to ever achieve completion of this book, I can tell you right now, these 4 pictures here would be the very last ones I colored. That scorpion too would probably be in that list. And they're probably just going to be like straight colors, because I'm not going to be able to look at them very long without getting freaked out. So I had went to purchase the North American Wildlife, and while I was doing that, I got like a 50% discount on these others, which is why I went ahead and picked them up, because like the Beauties and Fairyland and the Hummingbirds were like $3 a piece, and then I think this one was maybe 4 or 5, so it was a really good deal. Alright, so 100 Beautiful Birds. This is probably a compilation as well. So again, could not find the digital version again on the site. I don't understand that. They do list out what all the birds are, so you could easily Google them if you want to color them lifelike. And but I will put the book version on here. So you guys can at least go see the Amazon book. And maybe they will post it on their website here soon. I do love burbs. Since I call them burbs just because it's fun. Ever since I put in those bird feeders this year, I've always enjoyed them and had a few feeders in the yard. This has been the first real year that I really got into it, and I've enjoyed seeing all the different ones. We've had some really big weird birds, aka deer, eating out of the feeders, which has been an experience. I'd like to try these, with pencil for some detail, and the pastel pencils I think would lend themselves really well to these. But yep, got all kinds. Jungle birds, your standard bird feeder birds, exotic birds. I mean, if you don't like birds, I obviously wouldn't recommend you buy this book. Ooh, we got an owl too. I like me some owls. You got some eagles, so you got some different varieties too. Kind of looks like an owl, but his head shape looks pretty cool. I have to go look on some of these. These are probably like pheasants or something. I'm gonna have to go look. So they have the list, like I said, so you can look and see what these actually are if you want to color them the way they're supposed to be. I like the little bird feeders in these too. I think that's fun. Oh my gosh. What is this? Oh, okay. That's why. I was like, why does it feel like there's so many more images? That's because I had other stuff there that is not for the channel. It's not inappropriate. It's just nothing I need to show on the channel. Boring stuff. Love the little flowers coming out of the bird feeder right there. That's pretty cool. So there we go. Like I said, now I'm sure the moment I say I'm not going to purchase any more books for a while, somebody's going to come out with an amazing cat book or something, and I'm going to have to go against it. So my not going to buy any more books again for a while will have an asterisk there, but it will be like 1, 2 books maybe next month, if even that. And that's only going to be if I just love every picture and just cannot wait. But for the most part, most of my hauls are going to come to a screeching halt until until I can figure out what's actually going to happen in regards to my employment, starting September 1st. So I hope you guys enjoyed these. All the links to the books and everything and timestamps and stuff are in the description as usual. And I hope y'all have a good weekend and rest of the weekend. And at some point you'll be seeing a example of how I color most of my Kimberly and Angel Cova pictures now, which I thought y'all might be interested in. And then I might do a watercolor demo Tuesday if I don't do that one on Tuesday. Friday will be a childhood, talking about, reminiscing about like my childhood favorites and stuff, kind of 80s themed color and chat while I color out a 80s new wave. A really neat picture in there that is turning out fantastic. And then Sunday will be completed pages, the next Sunday. And then the following Tuesday will be my kickoffs for August and the showcases for July. So y'all pretty much know what I'm going to be doing for the next couple weeks. And then I'm sure another color and chat will come into play the following weekend or something. So, and then in August, as I said, I will be probably organizing my books in the next few weeks. So instead of flip throughs of new books, we will probably be shifting to going through my coloring collection, not full flip throughs, but just looking at a few pictures in each book. Because like I said, Tammy did one of those and I thought that was pretty cool. So that's probably what I'll shift to starting in August. So there you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.